Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at the big little principle. So let's go ahead and start. The learning goal. Students will be able to understand basically the big little principle. It's going to be a short video, but I think it's one of the powerful ones. It really helps with continuity and limits. So let me scroll down and show you what I'm talking about. Now the first one that we're going to look at is 1 over big. Now you can ask, what is 1 over big? Well, it's little. How little? 0. If you don't believe me, and it's okay if you don't, let's do a couple of examples. So let's say that I have 1 over 2. That would make 0.5, a half. And then let me get crazy here and say, okay, 1 over 3. Notice what's happening. My denominator is getting bigger and bigger here. That would be 0.3333, and it goes on forever. Let me pick one more just to hit this home. 1 over 4 would equal 0.25. Now notice the bigger number I put in here, the closer to 0 I get. So that's how they get this idea. So basically 1 over big makes little. How little? It makes 0. In terms of the next one, it says 1 over little. Now this one is a little bit more kind of complicated to see, but I'll show you. So 1 over little makes big. How big, you ask? Well, it makes infinity. Now if I grab Mr. Red here and I show you a couple of examples, let's say that I put in 1 over, in this case, let me pick 1/4. So 1/4 is 0.25. If I took the reciprocal of this, that makes 4 basically, because the denominator goes to 1. Now if I pick another number, let's say I pick 1 over 1/5, which is a little bit smaller. Okay, if I take the reciprocal again, hard to say sometimes, the denominator goes to 1 and I get 5. So notice the smaller number I put in here, the bigger number I generate out. So if you ask yourself 1 over little, what is it? It's big. How big? It's definitely infinity. So hopefully that helped with seeing the behind the scenes of the big little principle. But let's try one. It says evaluate each limit. Okay, so I'm going to plug in a 0. I get 1 over 0 squared. Now it's not indeterminate. It's not 0 over 0, so we're in good shape. In this case, you basically have 1 over little, which makes big. And how big? Well, that makes infinity. Done. That's how easy this is. Let's take a look at it more graphically. Okay, so I'm going to say, because of the big little principle, that I have 1 over 0 in this case, which definitely in this case makes infinity, or in some books they say infinity does not exist. Let's show it. So let me pick Mr. Green here and let me sketch this. 1 over x, so f of x equals 1 over x. I can sketch it like that. There you go. And then the other side of it, I don't want to forget, I have a vertical asymptote at 0. Now if we look at the right side, and I'm going from the right, and you're looking at the height looks to me like it's going to be infinity. So that's pretty legit. If I'm looking from the left, it looks like the height's going to be negative infinity. And so in the general limit then does not exist. Like I said, some books have it interchangeably, infinity and does not exist, the same thing. So that's that sketch. So the 1 over little definitely existed, but I want to go back up, because that was the last example I've written for you. I want to go back up and see if I can design one for the 1 over big, which makes little. So limit as x approaches infinity of, let's say, 1 over x. I'm not going to get too creative here. That makes 1 over infinity, which is 1 over big, which makes little. How little, you ask? It makes 0. Alright, so if we go back up to our learning goal, let's see if we met it. Students will be able to understand the big little principle. I think you're able to. You just need to remember 2 little things. I'll definitely see you in the next video.